WBGU-TV.
Hi, we're the 6th grade class of Crestview Elementary. Home of the Nice. Welcome to News 6.
Hi, I'm Matt Heyer from Crestview Elementary School. Welcome to News 6 with today's first story. Here's Kana Sipe.
For our first story today, News 6 spoke with Ray Etzler, who is the Crestview Knight varsity basketball coach. Here's Justin Crasher with the story.
My name is Justin Kreischer, here with Mr. Etzler, a varsity basketball coach. Mr. Etzler, how did you get started in basketball?
I got started working with young people as a Little League baseball coach when I was in high school, and I also played basketball, so my interest was in that area as well.
Mr. Etzler, what do you find most interesting about being a basketball coach?
Get the very best out of the athletes that you have and try to mold them together as a team.
Is teamwork important, Mr. Etzler?
Each person has a job to do, and each person needs to work within that framework of that particular job. So I think it's very, very important as far as anything is concerned, especially in coaching any sport.
This year, Mr. Etzler started his 30th year at Crestview and his 27th year as head boys basketball coach. I asked him the toughest team he ever coached in. His answer was,
I'd have to say, back through the years that we played a team in the regional tournament back in 1988 by the name of Columbus Worley, which is probably, talent-wise, is the most exceptional team that we've ever played against.
is coaching more than just coaching?
Yes, I think coaching is an extension of a classroom. I feel that if we as coaches do not extend those things to our student athletes as far as what you can get out of basketball other than playing basketball, such as sacrifice, dedication, teamwork, these are the things that I think that are important to take on into life.
What advice would you give to people my age?
Any kind of sport that you want to be a great player at that is not just a seasonal sport could take a lot of dedication, individual time on your part. For you, it's going to take an extreme desire to want to excel in that particular sport to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
If you could give me a word to describe what it feels like to be a coach, what would it be?
You got to keep your feet on the ground and your eyes on the stars.
Thanks for teaching us a little bit more about basketball, Mr. Etzler.
Today's News 6 is produced by the 6th grade class of Crestview Elementary School in Convoy, Ohio. Convoy is located 6.5 miles west of the county seat of Van Wert and has a population of about 1,200.
For our next story today, Joe Matika spoke with Del Springer about the craft of wood carving, which has landed Adele a couple of trips to the White House.
Thanks, Adam. Hi, I'm Joe Matika here at Del Springer, a wood carver. How did you get started in wood carving?
When I was a little fella, it was Depression time. You wouldn't know what that is. But I was about 7 or 8 years old, and if I wanted a toy, I had to make believe. So I had a little hatchet, pocket knife. Finally, I got myself a coping saw, and I used fruit jar glass. That's how I got started. Made airplanes and automobiles, things like that.
You carved for President Bush. Could you tell me something about that?
That actually started back at about 72, the first time I met Bush. And he is the one who got me started going to the White House all the time. I've been there 4 times.
Del has been to the White House 4 times, 3 times for presidential seals and once for a peace seal. Del has carved seals for George Bush, Richard Nixon, and Gerald Ford. He has also carved a seal for Camp David. He has carvings in 16 museums. His work is also in Argentina, Brazil, Ireland, Sweden, Finland, New Zealand, Canada, Germany, Japan, and Belgium.
What wood is best for carving?
It depends on what I'm carving. If I want something to be a little elegant, I'll use walnut. Or I might use pine or might use basswood for some things. But I like the walnut for the color.
It looks like it would take a long time to make one of these carvings. How long does it take?
It varies even from piece to piece that are alike. The first presidential seal took me 120 hours, the second one took me 90, and the third one took me 75 or something like that.
Mr. Springer, what makes a wood carver great?
Practice, 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 and a big box of Band-Aids.
Now back to the studio.
Have you ever wondered if there was other intelligent life forms in the universe? Today's Kids View question discovers what the students of Crestview Elementary School would do if they ever met a Martian.
Hi, my name is Mandy Parsons, and this is a Kid View question. If a spaceship landed and a Martian got out, what would you say to it?
If a spaceship landed and a Martian got out, I would say, hasta la vista, baby.
If a spaceship landed and a Martian got out, I would ask, where did he come from and what was his name?
If a spaceship landed and a Martian came out, I would say, hi.
For our last story today, News 6 spoke with Reginald Clifton, who is a piano tuner. However, this particular story has a unique twist to it. Here's Blake Monkoff with the story.
Thanks, Leslie. Hi, I'm Blake Momkoff, and I'm here with Reggie Clifton. He's a piano tuner technician. So, Reggie, how'd you get an interest in this job?
When studying music, I became very interested in piano service.
Reggie, does not being able to see give you more pride in your work?
I think basically, if you really have pride in your work, it doesn't matter whether you see or not. But of course, in order to, you have pride because being so-called handicapped, which I don't feel that I am, but people have a tendency when you tell them what you do that you can't do it. And I think it gives you a pride in your work that you can do these things and know that you're doing it right. And very frankly, I hate the term can't, because I think any of us can overcome a situation if we put our minds and hearts to it.
What sounds do you listen for when you're tuning a piano?
We have a tuning fork that we set the pitch by.
Reggie, when did you get started?
A long time ago, about 1935.
Reggie, what kind of equipment do you use?
Well, we have a tuning hammer, which is a thing that we turn the pins with. We have wedging strips and tuning fork.
Reggie, how long does it take to tune a piano?
Oh, from an hour and 45 minutes to 8 hours, depending on the condition of the piano.
I guess your job is pretty tough. Do you ever get frustrated?
Sure. Especially if the piano isn't any good.
Which is harder to tune, a grand piano or a regular piano?
Oh, I think they have their own individual characteristics. Grand piano is easier to listen to tune, but the position that you tune it in is a little harder.
Thank you, Reggie, for letting me interview. And best of wishes. And
thank you very much, young fella. Real nice to do it for you. We appreciate it. Thank you much.
Back to WBGU.
Thank you for joining us today. Tune in next time when Hilltop Elementary School visits News 6.
local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU-TV.